The first video depicts a man exploring the Paris catacombs, notorious for their labyrinthine layout that often leads to people becoming disoriented. These tunnels constitute one of the most intricate underground systems globally, making them exceedingly challenging to navigate without prior experience. The footage shows the man becoming lost and eventually breaking into a panicked sprint, desperately searching for an exit. Tragically, the man himself was never located, but his camera was recovered later, offering no clues about his whereabouts.
It's very bizarre. These arrows point in a direction. Occasionally also, he stops to photograph roomfuls of bones, which means that he's very, very deep inside the catacombs. So basically, he's filming what he's seeing very deep inside the catacombs, other than the point of view shots or pictures of human bones. The catacombs for centuries. So it is possible with these paintings that we may be able to retrace his itinerary to some extent. After about 4, we hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened, he's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors. He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden, we hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened, he's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors. He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden,
During one of the most destructive tornadoes in Fairdale, Illinois, a man named Clem Schultz and his wife resided in the area. As the storm approached, Clem filmed from the top floor of their house, initially believing the massive tornado would veer away from their home. To his dismay, it continued straight towards them while he continued recording. Tragically, Clem's wife succumbed to the storm's ferocity, and Clem himself sustained a severe spinal injury. The phone used to capture the video was later found amidst the debris of their destroyed home, revealing what the tornado had wrought. In this YouTube video, an avid cave explorer from the channel Exploring Abandoned Mines and Unusual Places delves into an abandoned mine with the sole purpose of evaluating a flashlight. Throughout the video, the explorer meticulously details the flashlight's features and demonstrates its functionality within the mine. As he speaks to the camera about both the mine and the flashlight, he initially mistakes a sound resembling wind for what some interpret as a deeply unsettling whisper.
Okay, this is a review and demonstration of the ThruNite TN12 handheld flashlight that you see here. Okay, that's the portal to the Waldeck mine. I'm inside. The wind has kind of died down a little bit and it's not raining, so I managed to stay dry. Of course, I'm inside this little alcove, kind of. But anyway, you come down this little incline path, and then big boulders here you have to climb over, and then the tunnel's right behind me this way. So let's check it out. Let's get in here. And like I said, this light has 5 levels. I believe it's on medium right now, which is level 3. So this would be high, and this would be turbo, which is really bright. And then this is Firefly, which is hardly anything. And then that would be low. and then medium. Medium seems to be the best one. Not too bright, not too dim. And then you can see how big these timbers are. That's about almost a foot in diameter, the big cross timber. So they had to put big ones in here to hold up all of this rock. And you can see right here where some of these boards are bending. Do you hear that? Sounds like, what is that, wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that? It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. That was weird.
Next two videos are from the same haunted mine exploration channel featured earlier. This time, the explorer ventures into Horton Mine, a reputedly haunted abandoned mine in Nevada. During his initial visit, he senses negative energy emanating from the mine, an impression that seems validated by his observations.
Okay, here's a lower adit at the Victorine mine. I believe this was an older mine that once they dug the upper tunnels, this got incorporated into the same claim or whatever. Okay, we can go in here and just take a quick look. I don't think I'm going to explore this particular mine. There's a little bit too much water in here, and I know this mine is really old, but yeah, water in a mine. I do see other footprints here in the mud, but I just don't think it's wise to go in here when there's water. Try to avoid this if I can. Yeah, this looks pretty sketchy. I'll go a few feet further in and check it out, but I think I'm going to pass on this one. This is one of the creepiest mine tunnels I've ever been in, just because of how dilapidated it is and all these chains hanging down from the overhead, and there's a shot looking down the tunnel. Here's a shot looking back towards the entrance. I'm a little bit further in, and looking down the tunnel here. I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet, too muddy. And obviously something is making the chains swing. So time to get the hell out of here. Okay, the Horton mine still has some water coming out of it. You can see it kind of pulled up here outside, and here's the portal. So let's go check this out, see if it's any drier than it was a year ago when I was last here. Okay, I'm further in than I was a year ago, and that's how far I've come. Okay, here's a final parting shot of the end of the Horton Tunnel. And there's the ore pass with all the cascading water. And what the f*** is that? I don't know what that was, but there was a sudden blast of cold air, and I'm getting out of here.